Hi, and welcome back to episode 37 of the weekly update. Let's not waste any time and get straight into it. I actually earlier today sat down and looked back at a couple of videos which I recorded at almost exactly 1 year ago. It was really nostalgic actually. It was definitely nice to go back down memory lane. One other thing which I feel is really interesting as a consequence of recording yourself is that you can quite easily go back into that mindset which you had at that time. And that is one of the reasons why I do these videos actually. I have these as sort of a time capsule. I'm not really waiting for these videos to perform very well because I know that they won't. I know that like the content wise these videos are really bad actually. It's very bad retention, it's not very interesting, it's not a good intro, I don't have good thumbnails, like it's none of that. That isn't the point with these videos. The whole point is just document my journey and like mainly for me to get more stuff done. Like to motivate me to do stuff and to sort of go through my week and structure everything out. It's sort of more of a reflection for myself, which I share with you guys, and hopefully some of the advice is useful or someone has found these videos useful or interesting or fun or whatever. I know at least that I will probably find them at least interesting in like 3 years time, looking back at and see like how it was when I was in this stage of my life and my improvement journey. I actually got one thing which is on that topic, and that is how you often look back at times and become very nostalgic. It's things that you want to relive that moment. And the thing is that exact moment that you will in the future look back at and feel like, oh, if only I could be in that moment, or oh, wasn't it very nice back then? That moment is right now. And if you actually think about it in that way, you will realize that you should live this moment more in the now. And that is a very hard thing, I know. I'm really bad at living in the now actually. I'm just focused on different project I have. I'm focused on different ideas. I waste a lot of my time like with my phone. I don't really live in the now very much. I either live in the past, not so much, but mostly in the future, like planning, visioning, and dreaming. But if you can manage to do stuff that gets you in that now present, speaking in front of the camera is one of those moments. Like I become way more aware of myself. I become way more aware of the time. Like time feels like it's going way slower when you speak in front of camera. It's crazy. If you haven't tried it, like sit down with your phone and just record a video and speak for like 1 minute, and while you're doing it, it will feel like you're sitting here for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes just speaking. It's endless time, but when you look back at it, it goes very fast, and the more you speak in front of the camera, the more time goes fast. Actually, no, that's crazy. I've spoken for 8 minutes already, and it feels like I've just gotten started. So it can go both ways, but do stuff which gets you into that now state. So how has my previous week been? I would say that time flies right now. It goes so fast. I feel like the end of this year is getting very close. And I would say that I have the same problem as always. Like I have a really hard time getting to do what I need to do. There are multiple reasons. It's first of all my phone takes away time, but it's not really just that, because I've tried multiple times this week like to not use my phone, and either I somehow still manage to use my phone, so that's a problem, or either I am still not very efficient with my time when I don't use my phone. I am still very sluggish. So for example, for today I said to myself that I were not allowed to use my phone for anything else than like your basic stuff which you use your phone for, like calling, taking photos or videos or whatever. I was only being able to use it for that, and then to create content or to post videos. That worked great for the first part of the day, but it didn't really work so great for this evening part of the day, and I wasted quite a lot of hours being very unproductive. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I think that I have to do something quite drastic. I feel like I have to come up with something there too, because it's not really great. It's not aligning where I want to go. It's not good, and but it's really hard. It's really hard. So what I more been doing this week, I have continued with creating content. I have been performing quite well on TikTok, I would say. Like almost every video gets 1,000 views there, which is like very good. It's like 5 times as good as on Instagram, and I have outgrown that page now compared to Instagram. My TikTok page is now larger when I have only been doing it for like 15 days maybe, and I'm not sure how that is going to convert to later when I start to more monetize my brand. But I think that it's good to just get as big of a following as possible. That has sort of been my plan. First, maybe a bit of backstory, because my goal is to get to 10k a month. Like, that is my main goal for this whole year. And so far I have done very poorly. It hasn't gone to plan at all. It has gone horrendous. I'm not too sad about that, because my plan has always just been to grow my following as big as possible, and that hasn't either gone to plan. It's very bad, but I feel like I have to play the long game. I feel like I have to just improve and just focus on what I can control, which is really just my input. I can't really control the results or the output. I just have to stay consistent and put in more effort. So back to my plan. My plan has just always been to basically to create as big of a following as possible, and then I figured that it would somehow work itself out, and that I would be able to monetize in some sort of way, like I've seen so many others do. My first main focus was probably to sell info, like I wouldn't really say a course, but basically to sell my knowledge on how I grew my page. That has just always been my idea of how I would be able to reach 10k a month. But now I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to do it. I still have this maybe naive idea that if you just gather as a big enough following, you have a lot of possibilities, because if you look at other people, what they are doing, like, we truly live in a attention economy. If you have attention around you, there are so many possibilities for you to make money. And you see it like so many times, like people who have a following, they have the power to sell stuff. And it's not just physical stuff, it's digital products, you can start a brand and you can market that and sell loads of stuff. And I feel like this whole selling info has sort of a bad rep. But if you actually think about it, like, selling info has been around forever basically. And it's not that strange. Like, if you buy a book, which isn't like a Harry Potter book, if you buy a more of a knowledge book, then you're buying info. You're buying someone else's info, which they have put into a good package. If you buy a cookbook, then you're buying someone's info. If you buy anything like that, then you're buying info. And that goes also to if you buy a course, if you buy like a coaching business thing. All of that is just info that you're buying. The upsides with selling info is that you have very high profit margins. Just to get back to my goals for this video, it's quite straightforward, and it's to continue with my 100-hour experiment and to play the long game. Like, not every day to try to get this massive amount of input, rather to start slow and build up. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you found something useful, and I hope that I'll see you next week same time. Until then, take care and accomplish great things.